Winnipeg, Manitoba. It is James of the James W. podcast show celebration. So how are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good. It is Monday, November the 28th, 2016. It is episode 15. I can't believe that I have talked to you guys for so long. It feels like just like yesterday that I had my first show, but it's not like that anymore. It's nice to be with you today. This will be my last show for a couple of weeks. Next week I'm going with my lovely girlfriend to Cuba, so I will not be doing any shows next week for a week. I think we're due for a little trip. We went to Mexico 6 months in to our relationship, and it was a good time, but we didn't really know each other, as much as we do now. So I think now it'll just be a million times better because we actually know each other more, right? Because it was a great trip. The first time around, we did get into a little bit of an argument. I won't talk about it really that much, but it was just a small little thing, nothing too crazy. What happens when James drinks too many tequilas. They got tequila there. I think this was the first drink I got. I just said, amigo, dos tequila por favor. And he's like, got it, buddy. And I was like, right on. That's cool. You got my buddy. So I'll tell you, we have an action-packed show. A lot has happened in the last few days, or maybe the last few weeks. I haven't done a show in a couple days, so I don't really, I just kind of been busy with Black Friday coming out and stuff. So I've been kind of waiting outside. Like, if you want the truth, like, I was outside Best Buy, and I was waiting outside there. And it was like 3 days, the cold, set up a tent. The tent broke on me, right? So I was like, well, how am I going to sit here? So kind of what I did is I went into my van. And I just slept there. I slept in my van for 3 days to get to Best Buy. And what did I end up getting? Bought a $20 camera and a movie. I bought Sausage Party. I got that for $18, so I saved $2. No, I didn't buy any movies or anything like that. But it is nice to see you. Black Friday came and went, so yeah. So I'm not going to be around for a while. Never fear. I don't have any assistants helping me, so you really won't hear from me for a week. So if you start thinking like, oh, James, your show's done, no, it's because I'm on a beach in Cuba. We'll talk about Castro, Fidel Castro, a little bit later in the show. Right now, I want to talk about Winnipeg, and what's going on in Winnipeg right now is there is going to be a price adjustment. The water rates are going up. The average households will spend an extra $100 a year, and that money is apparently going into the general Winnipeg stuff to pay for other services that Winnipeg provides. And I think that money should go towards the sewer, right? Or go to the water treatment plant. If they need money for the water treatment plant, it should go towards whatever you're trying to charge more tax, right? Another $100. There's going to be a lot of people that don't have that money. That's $12 a month less in or $11 a month or $100 a month, whatever, in groceries, right? That's $10 you can spend for the month, and there's a lot of people that can't do that, and it's not fair to them. But at the same time, right, as long as that money goes towards a good cause, not just like, Porta Jermaine party, no, none of that kind of stuff. So hopefully there'll be some big questions asked about that, and we don't just let council just do whatever the hell they want with that money that they'd make. How about putting it to where it belongs, Another thing that happened over the last few days, I think it's a pretty big story. Depends on it just depends on many things. They closed down Palomino Club. They tore the building down, the old building on Portage Avenue. They demolished the building, and they're going to set up, I believe it is a condo. Condo's going to go there. I figured, it just made more sense made more sense for the owner of that property to make more money, right? Because that's essentially what it is. There's probably not that much money in the bar. You know, you're only open 3 days a week. You know, what would a bar make in a week? 15,000 maybe? 15 times 12. So, you know, you pay all your employees, you pay your rent, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Are you really coming out ahead? You know what I mean? You know, whereas a condo, you can make $1,000 per person, 55 suites, 40, I think it was 55 suites. So you do the math there. There's more money in a condo than a bar. So it's too bad. I have great memories of the PAL. I went there probably when I was turning 18 and went there till the last few weeks that it was open. There is a new location downtown, but I don't really have any reason to go downtown at nighttime on a Saturday weekend. Not for me. I'd rather just stay at home and play video games or whatever. But the PAL closed, and one of the most, I think probably the most amazing things that's happened to me is I was working with my girlfriend at the time. We were working at a bar in the city, and it was kind of weird because I was just going through a little bit of my divorce and separation or whatever, and I wasn't like in a good place. I mean, not that I wasn't in a good place. I was in a good place, like in my mind wise, but at the same time I was just, I don't know, it was weird. Anyway, so like my girlfriend, she's like, hey, let's go to the PAL. I'm gonna bring my girls, we're gonna set you up with somebody, and we're gonna find you a girl, right? Meanwhile, this girl who ends up being my girlfriend, she basically like stole me away from everybody the moment we got there. She was like, James, let's go dance. And then I started thinking like, okay, why aren't your friends dancing with us? Why, you know? So she probably had it in her head the whole time, was like, that James is a good guy. I'm gonna make my moves, and I have to applaud her because it worked. It absolutely worked. She charmed me. She absolutely charmed me, and I mean that never would have happened if the PAL wasn't there. I don't know if, like, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh, how, you know, everything kind of happens for a reason. That's a great motto in life. But I started thinking like, okay, I got this job in this area of the city. I've met so many people through that job that this is my home. Like I used to live in East Kelowna, and I kind of still am, but I'm not. And it's one of those things where it's like the people in this area that's my family, that's my home, and it's kind of too bad, but it's kind of cool because I never would have experienced all these things if I had not gotten that job. So that's what I have to say about that, about the PAL. I think, yeah, that is basically all I wanted to talk about the PAL. I'm not really sad. Again, lots of great memories there. There was a lot of like Bomber fans, or not Bomber fans, but Bomber players that I met. I don't think I ever met any Winnipeg Jets players, but yeah, there'd always be a celebrity there. It always seemed like on a Monday, and you knew people there, and it was kind of cool. But then the lines for bars, and I'm just to hell with that kind of stuff. I'm not waiting in line for a drink. I don't know what that makes me, but maybe it just makes me older and wiser. I don't know. Because I remember, like, you go to the bar, bring like $100 with you, and all you had at the end of the night was like 15 loonies. So you still wanted to keep your loonies just in case you want another drink, right? So you keep the loonies, you give the quarters away because it would take longer to get a drink with quarters than with loonies. And yeah, I don't have time for that crap. This is like the sweetest song ever. Speaking of sweet, we're going on the road trip. It's time for okay, hold on. Okay, so that was, okay, hold on, I'm going to pause the music here. I'm going to pause that. And I'm going to play the road trip music. And we're going to pick this one. All right, so this is time for the road trip. Come on, give it to me, Roseanne. Yeah. It's time for the road trip. Time for the road trip. Road trip. Oh, give it to me. It's a road trip. The road trip. The road trip. The road. Yes, it is time for the road trip. I love that music. It brought the best out of me. But we're going to go straight to Toronto, where the Ottawa Red Blacks won the Grey Cup yesterday. They won in overtime, 39-33. And it was kind of a nice story. It was kind of like when the Bombers played in 2001 when they played against Calgary. Calgary was 8-10. The Bombers, I think, were 14-4. They basically had the Grey Cup, but I don't know what they did the day of the Grey Cup. I don't know what the hell went on. I know Westy missed a couple field goals, and we lost that one. And we lost to Calgary, who was not even a 500 team. Same thing. I kind of think Calgary thought that they had in the bag, and Ottawa was just a better team. I don't think Ottawa would have won that game, I think they would have won maybe 2 games out of 10 if they played each other. But it's just a big lesson to Calgary that you just can't underestimate anybody. And anybody can win. Any team can win any given day. That's why we watch sports, right? Because we're always cheering for the underdog. It's just how it is. And a lot of people cheer against, when we watch NHL, they'll cheer for like Tampa Bay or something. Especially if like Pittsburgh's in it every year, or Chicago wins it every year, or LA, you kind of I just find you start cheering for the underdog, right? And that's why a lot of people don't like the Yankees, because the Yankees are a built team, and they were so good for so long, and now they're just crap in the bed. So that's kind of where I am with that there. But yeah, Smiling Hank got the most outstanding player. They won 39-33, and the overtime format is crap. It should have been 15 minutes. It should have been 15 minutes, like play a quarter. And there we go. What do we got here? Yes, this is karaoke songs, just so YouTube knows, because any song I play on here gets taken down. All my videos are getting taken down, so it's just karaoke music. So I can't even do my best artist of the day, or like my forgotten artist of the day. I can't do that anymore. Stupid. And then just the other day, Fidel Castro passed away. He was the leader. He used to be the leader of Cuba. Now that his brother does it, but he passed away at the age of 90, and it's I don't know kind of where I stand on it. I can't speak for Cubans, but I think that this man held them back for his own reasons. Whether or not, he was selfish, or he was, like power hungry, I don't know, but he held Cuba back for so long. Think of all the great things that could happen to Cuba if, sanctions were lifted and Americans could get in there. And a lot of people say they don't want Americans there, but I could see America coming in there and, making it like a mini Cancun, like I think that's doable, in my opinion. I don't know. You let me know what you think. I think the next maybe 3 to 5 years, there'll be American hotels, like the Hilton will be there, and yeah, it's gonna get interesting for Cuba, because I think people might revolt. I don't know for sure. I think I could see people revolting and saying, you know what, we don't like this lifestyle. This is not what life should be about, and people are gonna revolt, and I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting time in Cuba. So I'm going there next week, so I'm very excited again. I mentioned that before. So other than that, like that's just it's interesting. Our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sent out a big message about how much Fidel Castro was looked upon and blah blah blah, and he got just absolutely torched by the rest of the world, to the point where he won't even go to the funeral on Tuesday because he's scared that he's upset so many people, and he probably knows that he did. You know, the Castros and the Trudeaus, they probably had some sort of relationship many years ago. I know his dad was another prime minister, and they go back and all this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see how things go with Cuba. I'm again very excited about the chance to go. I went there one time, and I can't wait to go there again and to just kind of have a better time, you know. Speaking of better times, there's a story, as you probably heard this story many years ago. Her name was Lorenna Bobbit, and she cut off her husband's penis. And then she threw it in a field. Threw the penis in the field. And then they reattached it to him. They reattached it to the guy. And I guess he's in the news because there's court right now. There's court going on. And he's claiming in 1993 he didn't know what happened that day. This guy was a former U.S. Marine, 49-year-old former U.S. Marine, made screaming headlines after his then wife, Lorenna Bobbit, cut off his manhood. Taken from the Sun right now. So now he's got a show. He's talking about the tabloid. He's telling about on a tabloid TV show. He says, "I didn't know she cut it off. She did it so fast and ran so fast, I thought maybe I saw a little bit of her in my peripheral running out of the bedroom door. But I looked down and there's blood everywhere. Oh my God, could you imagine?" And then she claimed that he assaulted her. That's why she cut it off. She was acquitted in the attack by reason of insanity. They divorced in 1995. So he basically said, like, to hell with you. You get out of here. You caused enough problems for me. Right? But the coolest thing about this whole story, and I didn't know this, but I guess after this happened, he starred in porn. This guy starred in porn. And claims he's had sex with more than 70 women. See, that's what the great American dream is all about right there. That's exactly it. You know, you get your thing cut off, and then you end up in porn. Like, what a great story. Maybe he's the insane one. Maybe he should file for insanity, not her. Holy, what a great story. Just a dreamer. All right, so now let's pick a different song here. Let's pick a different song. It's time for this is not the Forgotten Artist of the Week because I can't do that anymore, apparently. It is time for the movie segment, brought to you by the James W. Dental World place. James W. Dental, where we the teeth and only your teeth. Yes. They paid me like $7,000 to say that. James W. Dental on Main Street. And you gotta find it. Anyway, so it is the movie segment, so I will be doing a movie review of Suicide Squad. And we're going to talk a little bit of Star Wars and Star Trek. Yeah, so I watched Suicide Squad, and I hated it. And that's the review of the day, brought to you by James. No, you know what? It was a lame movie. It wasn't what I thought at all it was going to be like. The trailer made the movie look almost epic, and it wasn't epic. It wasn't epic. First of all, the Joker, I don't want to give much away, but the Joker's in it for maybe 15 minutes. And even then, I didn't think that his Joker was as good as... I mean, it wasn't even close to as good as Heath Ledger. I mean, that's the Joker. Like, he's so good. Yeah, I didn't really like the movie at all. It wasn't that good. I know that was a terrible review, but it just wasn't artistic enough for me. It felt flat. I didn't like the pacing, and I don't know, just things like that. It just didn't work for me. That's probably like the worst review ever. Probably can't even play the Star Wars theme either. Yeah, I probably can't even play that. Well, I probably can't even play this. Anyways, so the new Star Wars movie's coming out. Rogue One's coming out, and I am very excited because I got onto Star Wars bandwagon very late in my life. A lot of people, a lot of my friends even, were like diehard Star Wars fans, and I never really understood it. Really, at the end of it all, I never understood why so many people were so into Star Wars. And then I took my son to go see the last Star Wars movie that came out last December there, and I finally understood what it was all about. I really, fully, 100% understood what it's all about. And it made me start thinking about how maybe I should watch the other ones, right? But it sort of made me wonder, like, what are you doing, James? Like, come on, like, get with the times. Get with the times, James, right? Star Wars is a great series or set of movies or whatever. And Star Trek is good too. I don't know why people don't like Star Trek, but Star Trek it's kind of like the little baby brother of Star Wars. It's not on the same level. Star Wars is just a little bit higher, I think, in terms of like the overall global, like, people just lose their mind over Star Wars. It's an instant $1 billion whatever you do if you make a movie or whatever. So just add that to the checkbook, right? I asked many people on my Facebook page whether or not they were Star Wars or Star Trek, and I got maybe 3 responses, but it was a majority. I had three people responded, and 2 said Star Wars. So it looks like Star Wars is the winner on Facebook today. And you can find me on Facebook. Just type in The James Show and add me, like me, subscribe. I have the time of my life doing this, so don't you dare think that I'm not in this for the long haul, because I'm going to keep rocking this. Other than that, it was nice to talk to you guys today. I am going. Again, I won't see you for a couple of days. I'll still post some stuff this week. But other than that, that's it. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Well, no, I'll talk to you another day, because, that's just how it is. Okay, bye-bye.